but I'll give you a card just for fun.
Okay, I think I met you before. You
Oh,
went
really?
to one of our homeless commission meetings.
Like leadership counselor or the
I'm the clerk.
the board?
I'm the clerk for the homeless commission meeting.
Oh yes, yeah. I went there and I didn't get any response or nothing either.
I went to get
Which
on that
I was all
Friday.
excited about. I was like, you know, because Alex just like introduced me to the guy yesterday, the chair, you know, the day before.
Ben.
Yeah, and then you know, so I'm like, cool, let's collaborate. And Derek was there, and
Yeah,
you know.
Derek was there. And
Well, I also do a YouTube channel, and this is definitely near and dear to the issue. So I'm just gonna video your guys' interaction.
funny to see what was going on. I know I got a call from the sergeant.
Yeah, you talking about Martinez or Snell called?
Martinez.
Oh. Now, how many people are there in the office? Is it just you and Derek?
It's just me and Derek right
Oh,
now.
because it's room for one more person.
Yeah, so we're a little bit short staffed.
There was another person.
Yeah, there was. She left.
Well-
In August.
Well, the whole thing is I'm homeless, and I'm protesting and homeless. So you see how much room I have here, and they're saying I don't have enough room. But this is an eyesore. They don't want nobody to know that the homeless exist. You know, they want to criminalize them and put them in jail and take their stuff and throw it away and keep harassing them. Where are they gonna go? Where are they going? You just keep bothering us, keep bothering them, keep bothering them, and they have no place to go.
I'm pretty sure your name is on the wait list on all the shelters and stuff like that.
I don't get into any shelters. I don't even, I'm poor. Poor people are busy enough than running around trying to find out how they get a shelter in life. I do have a life. Even though I'm right now protesting, I have a life as a homeless person. So the shelters don't fit me and the kids that are with me. They don't fit me and my family. You know, as it usually when I was trying to get into them, you can't have boys over a certain age. You can't have. I don't have transportation like that. I don't have money like that. I don't have time to deal with all the restrictions and barriers to services. You know, I don't have time for that.
So have you received one of our resource booklets?
I did. I got it from Derek last week on, I think it was Friday. You know, I got a booklet from him. It's a meeting I got coming up. This is it. Yeah. I think I got it stopped. So, but you know, what I don't like is us as community members wasting taxpayers' dollars. You know, sending out the police with stuff that's not vital to create crime because people are poor and have no place to go. You know. That's the same with me and my family, same with many people that are out here on the streets. They don't have no place to go. But there's a mindset that tells everybody that these people have a place to go. They just don't want to go there. And a lot of the people hide. I can tell you people all over this city that hide in their cars and they hide and they don't have a place to go. You know, and I'm just bold enough to stand up and protest as a homeless person who needs to sleep with his family, because we gotta do something other than sick the dogs on them, you know? Can't keep sicking cops on these people. I said, the work that you all do, you all are the people that should be coming out. Cops shouldn't come out with a gun. What is the threat? What is the harm? They should be there for crime. We use them for too much. That's why I say defund the police and stop wasting the taxpayer dollars. If we cannot do that adequately, we need to get community leaders that feel and have a heart and that care and that aren't mean, you know. And we need to get community workers that are not mean and that care. If we don't get them, if they don't care, then as a community worker, then we need to get rid of them and get more workers. Like the man that came, he was very cruel on the other end over there. What made me realize that, you know, okay, maybe I need to be on public, make sure I'm only on public property. Somebody was over there on public property, but right next to the Cal-Am. And they came to move them on Friday, and they had to have cops stand by, ready to charge them with something, ready. They were scared to death of the cops. And as a black woman, you know, I'm scared of cops with a gun. I've been violated by cops, and I'm scared of them. The problem is that I'm also homeless. The other problem is that I have a right to sleep in a tent on public property. I'm not camping, so they think I'm camping. So they said I'm camping. They came and noticed. I'm tired of money being spent and wasted on our community. I mean, I'm wasted on the homeless people because they have no place else to go. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a lot of crimes to be homeless here.
No.
I mean, right now, like the whole situation, it is hard, especially during the holidays. It's hard during winter, and I know a lot of places right now don't even have anything. They can't really offer anything right now. We're still trying to see what we can offer. I know there's the inclement weather voucher. I just don't.
Although it frosted like yesterday, I don't think it rained.
I don't think it rained. It's rain, and I believe it's 45 degrees, 35 degrees. So that's.
You
the
don't
only
have to have
thing.
both rain and
It has
cold.
There has to be a prediction of rain.
Okay.
But my overarching question is, if this is a policy, you cannot be here. Where can you be?
Yeah, where you going?
Okay, yeah. So they did give you a notice of removal,
Right.
and this was this morning.
Yeah.
Right as they were calling me.
Oh, okay. I mean, there isn't really a place where you can go.
So as it being your job to help people with a solution.
Well, and my job is not really to find a solution. So my job, it's more a mobile crisis response. So that's what we do. So when we are out here with
Instead
the
of the cops
homeless,
showing up today, they should have showed up. That's kind
Right, yeah, you should have been first response.
Yeah.
But go ahead, sorry.
so at least us. So yes, ours is mobile crisis response. So we do response with the officers. As far as like us outreaching homeless, that's just something me and Derek decided to do out of our goodwill.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing. I mean, we do try to hop them out and say, okay, let's see what's available. Most of the time, we do look for shelters. Unfortunately, right now, I know a lot of the shelters are full. So it does make it tough. It does make it hard, especially in this situation where it's starting to get cold. There's rain. But I mean, we try our best. We really do. And I mean, we don't come empty-handed either. So usually Fridays, which is the second Friday and the last Friday of the month, what we do care packages. So we'll take them a little bag with stuff, snacks.
Awesome.
We bring them a warm meal. So we try to help out as much as we can.
Nice. Is that through the city or your own
I mean,
pocket?
so
No, that's the city.
So
I'm
that's
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
So we do get help from the city.
And how many people does that reach?
It depends. So sometimes it gets hard because, like she said, a lot of the homeless do hide. So it's kind of hard to find them at times. So we try to do at least 10 homeless, and
It's underground. I mean, you know, I'm not underground, as you see.
Yeah.
But I came out in the open, you know, because I didn't like how somebody that tried to hide and stay out the limelight, tried to stay under the radar. I didn't like how they were being treated. I'm homeless too, so I just came out in the open. I was one of the ones that hide. Go hide in a certain location. Go hide here. Go do it here. So I know about the people that hide.
Yeah.
But I'm in the open now because of how I see they do people that we don't have no place to go. They don't have no place to go. So I see how they do people. So I'm coming out.
Yeah, definitely. And I invite you to go to our homeless commission meetings.
I'll be trying to come.
They're usually held at City Hall. So I mean, a lot of our meetings do happen. We were doing them quarterly, so now we're trying to do them monthly. And I mean, I do invite you, so you could go ahead and
You were
speak
doing them
out.
quarterly. Those meetings should be done every 2 weeks. Seriously. Every 2 weeks we have that. We have a problem. But we're doing them quarterly. And what are they recommending about the cops showing up with guns to remove the people? What are they recommending in this meeting? What do they say? Nothing. They just, what are they doing? Just filibustering time, huh? I would love to get copies of the agendas and what's been discussed and what's been followed through with, what's been finished, what's been checked off.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to get that.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of it is on the website, on the city website. You just have to log in. If you're able to go to the library, you could just log into the city, look for the Homeless Commission meeting, and all the notes are there.
I'll probably have to get them from the Homeless Commission because I don't have access. My phone right now won't even ring because it's doesn't have enough storage. It's over too much stuff on the phone.
Oh, okay.
It's over its capacity, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so we do have one coming up in January. I can't remember the exact dates right now, but I do invite you for you to go and voice your opinion. Let them know, especially because we do want to know what the homeless need and how we're able to help them, at least with the Homeless Commission, not what I'm doing right now. So that's separate.
Yeah, I went to go try to get on the Homeless Commission on Friday, and there's no spots. And I'm like, well, what? Okay, so I know the one lady got off and went into the school board, and I know, and I'm like, well, why is that full and people are on the street? And no money in Seaside. No government money has came into Seaside. I know that I understand that there's over 300 allotments for 300 people for Monterey County, but how much does Seaside get? Seaside is the second largest city in Monterey County. Salinas is the next. So they should get a large amount. But they're divvying it out and they're overlooking people in Seaside, and it's just time. It's just time for us to have a seat at the table. It's time for us to be recognized. I'm tired of staying in hiding. I'm tired of hiding out, being forced to spend my money in a hotel, being forced to sleep in my car and put gas in it and go somewhere and hide, being forced, well, not my car. I don't have one, that's my daughter, but being forced to hang out, hide somewhere and put up a tent. Normally you have to hide and put up a tent. I decided not to hide and put up a tent anymore. But how many other people? I'm looking for a convoy of people that are homeless to join me, zigzagging down this street, headed to the city hall and camping out on the city hall line. Something has to be done. I'm tired. When I saw the way they treated him and I saw how scared he was, first of all, he was my disabled son. Disabled son.
Yes.
No place to go when we got out of housing right back here earlier this year. No place to go. And the city could have made a difference in what they did. And he was living there for years. We lost that because of he's disabled, but my daughter, it was her place. And my daughter's house, when she her job, she lost her job, but when it dropped down to 16 hours a week, she couldn't afford to pay rent. That was because of the pandemic. Then after it dropped down to 16 hours a week, then she lost the job. Well, how could she pay rent? The city of Seaside had, somebody in the housing position, I won't say his name, and they would go back 15 months for her, but the landlord wanted 24 months. I found out in Salinas they're going back 24 months. He's got apartments and houses in 24 months. He know they can go back 24 months, but Seaside refused to help my daughter stay in her place, and we wouldn't even be in this shape. My son wouldn't have had to be dealt with there last week. Had they not, Seaside would have not put a cap on what they were doing. They would not go back 24 months when the landlord told them that she owed 24 months and she needed 24 months. If that man was defrauding us and defrauding the government and getting government money he didn't deserve, and my daughter would have found all her receipts and everything she had did, then we handle it that way. But keep her in housing. They didn't even care to keep her in housing. Nobody cared to keep her in housing. So she owed 24 months. She had just got a job just before they put her out, like just months before they put her out. And she could have paid the rent starting, but she couldn't catch up the rent. So now I see my children who's disabled get harassed. I'm disabled and I'm gonna get harassed. Well, take us all to jail. The world needs to know. I know you're not gonna do that, but I'm just saying, the world needs to know. Put me in jail for it, because I think Seaside could have done better with the money that they took responsibility for. for my daughter, and my son wouldn't have had to be approached that day, because like that's my responsibility. He has a disability, and I know that I know that in San Bernardino, my sister, they went back 24 months for her house. I know that in Oakland area, Bay Area, they went back 24 months for several people's places, and I'm just like, well, why Seaside didn't do it? Because we put caps on everything. Look at that. I can't be in a tent. Look at that. I'm not. It is no way that I'm camping out. It is no way that I'm trash, but I'm considered trash. Clean up. I'm trash because I don't have a place to stay. Think about that. You know what I mean? I don't have a place to stay, so I'm trash. Clean up. You can't camp here. I'm not camping. I don't have a place to stay. You know, there was money allocated that could have easily went into Seaside, and they could have paid back pay for 24 months and then we would at least have that place, because it wasn't my own place, but I could go there and stay.
Yeah.
You know, now we have nothing. Nobody in this city has a place to stay. I do have another daughter that has a place to stay with her children, and she has my daughter's, some of her children there, and she's upstairs. I can't get in her place. Never been to her place. Never been able to get there. But the bottom line is, nobody has a place to stay. This place right back here that we were standing in, I could get in there, wheelchair. I can get my wheelchair in there and everything. It was on the first floor. It was no upstairs and downstairs actually at all. So it's time that we wake up and we stop playing games. Now they're looking for somebody to do the housing resource thing. Why would we hire somebody that'll put another cap on us? And that's micromanaging how the services are debied out. But yet other communities are debying out the services that really meets the need of the people. The services that they debby out here is not meeting the need of the people. And we must do something. Wake up. Wake the community up, wake the county up, wake the state up. Let's wake up, America.
Definitely. And I understand and I get what you're saying. Like I said, I invite you for you to go to our homeless commission meetings and speak up. Yeah. A lot of homeless need someone to speak for them.
Well, yeah, I agree. And I decided to step up to the plate. That's why I'm in the front. This is voice. This is my First Amendment right to protest. Then I have no place to go. I have a tent, and I'm going to put it on public property. As long as I allow access, which is access is allowed, but they're trying to find a criminal way to condemn me for being poor, for not having a place to go. For them taking on a responsibility as a city to receive money and not take care of the people that were in the city. No one should have got put out. No one should have got put out of house. They shouldn't even went through the courts. Somehow, there's a responsibility I feel the city should have made or took and made sure that my daughter didn't get put out of her house with her 5 kids. And she was allowing my son to stay with her. And the man, when he only wanted $11,000 more. The city was willing to pay the 15 months of $1,000, $1,200 a month, but not the 24 months that the government allowed them. The government would give them the money for.
Yeah.
The government gave the money to every city, and that man knew that. He was willing to work with making payments toward the rent that wasn't under him filing in the court. You know, like when they filed, then there's a couple more months come along, and he was willing to make arrangements for that and let her pay on that and make arrangements for her to catch up because she had just got a job. But there was $11,000 more that needed to be paid that the government sent, and somehow somebody got it, but my daughter didn't. You know, because it's available. The money was available. You know, and the city didn't, you know, they go by United Way. The county has put a cap on what goes on here in this area. So we have county supervisors that need to step up to the plate. We got city council members that need to step up to the plate. We have new city council members. So we're going to have some new stuff happening. You know, I just want it to be known that these people, we're not out here because we want to be out here. My son is not out here because he wants to be out here. Many of these people are not out here because we want to be out here. But the way that man, what was his name? Whatever his name is, the city supervisor, city worker talked to me. He made it sound like we are doing this because we want to do this. I'm old, I'm hurting, and I don't want to be out in the cold at night. But if I don't have no place to go, then what? You're going to force me to pay for a hotel, and it's Christmas time. I can't even buy, you know, I haven't bought no gifts. I haven't bought no gifts for the kids. It's Christmas time. Hello? I got to be forced to pay for a hotel? And then most hotels don't want to be sky high because of, various workers that come along and are there. Where I was staying at the hotel, one hotel I was staying at, across from the same owner, I went to go get the hotel there, and it was $42 a night. And that was a lie. It was really more than $42 a night. And but when I went there, they said we have farm workers here. They only wanted farm workers there. I won't name no names, but the bottom line is they only wanted farm workers there. Because I want to be able to have to go back to that hotel if I need to, or if I have the money for it. But it's Christmas time. Why should I be forced to spend my money in a hotel? I gave enough room for public access. Can you see this room?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. I can go down. Look at me go down.
Yeah.
I can go up and down this area with a wheelchair. Look, another wheelchair can ride on the side of me. And a double stroller just in here and everything. So, there's plenty of room. Look, I turned around right here. There's plenty of room. I'm not blocking access. But because I'm poor, because I'm homeless, now all of a sudden, I'm blocking access. They want to get rid of me because I'm an eyesore. No, I'm not trash. And that's what that man told me. How would I like for somebody to have trash in front of my business? He told me that on Friday when they went and messed with my disabled son. How would I like for somebody to have trash? Now, I want to show you a picture of my disabled son's camp. Just like this, nice and neat. I had bought him a new tent 2 weeks before. It was nice and neat. We got rid of the old tent and got a new tent. And the old tent wasn't but 2 months old. It was just 2 months old. But I wanted him to, he don't have a place to go. So I wanted him to have a fresh new tent and not have no trash around it. Because I am Seaside. I live here. I've been here all my life. He's been here all his life. But we have no place to go. So now we get to go to jail and get free meals because they want to criminalize us. They want to give us a misdemeanor. No, it's not okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not okay. So.
Yeah, and like I said, I get what you're saying. So I definitely invite you for you to go and speak up and let them know what needs to be done, what you guys need and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You guys do need to be heard.
Well, if I end up going to jail because they want to charge me with a misdemeanor and charge me with a crime, if I end up going to jail, what happens to the kids that I have responsibility for that I take care of? See, the heartless, we don't care about you. We just don't want to look bad in our city. We don't give a damn. Where you go, what you do, just don't make our city look bad. But we're crying out too. You're crying out. We're crying out. We're crying out for help, It's freezing cold out here. When everybody goes in and shut their doors, they want to keep a job, so they come and harass us. We're a part of them making money.
That's it. Well, and I'll tell you, the cheapest thing to do is free. Just give people permission to be somewhere. Public property, private property, vacant lot, to scalability. People need a roof over their head. Food, clothing, shelter. If you can't pay the rent, well, we'll give you food, we'll give you clothing, but if you can't pay the rent, we'll take it all back. And that's not the American way. It's not supposed to be the American dream. And you have a couple hundred people, 100 something at least. That's the kind of policy that needs to come forth. How do we take care of everyone? Instead of this piecemeal, maybe we have something we can fix for this one person. It needs to be scalable for everyone in the city.
Last week when Derek reached out, did he provide any gloves for you?
No.
Would you like some gloves?
Yeah.
Yes.
My hands are freezing. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go get some gloves for you. I have some in the vehicle.
Yeah, but what I was going to tell you is what they're doing in San Jose. We need to be able to do that in this city, and that's what I want to bring to the table. My friend in San Jose, they put her in a house, and they paid her rent for 12 months to stay in it. That's government money. That's how they're doing the government. Here, they're micromanaging. What about a shelter? What about this? We gotta make sure you check all the shelters before you can get in a room. Anyways, I can stay in my tent. You telling me to do something and you don't know I gotta go take the kids, I gotta go feed the kids, I gotta go do this, I gotta go get my medicine, I gotta go to doctor's office, I gotta go this, go there, and you now want me to get on the phone and take 20, 30 minutes to an hour or 2 hours and call shelters. That's a barrier to services. It's an inconvenience. And just because you think we don't have nothing else to do with our life doesn't mean that we got time to sit and call up all the shelters to be told the same thing to satisfy you. And the government don't require that.
Yeah, and not everybody has cell phones either. So if
Not
you're
everybody has the
homeless-
ability to do it. Yes. And so, but in San Jose, that's not what they're doing. They got people out there actually servicing you and helping you. And then there's a medical model that I was looking at about 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. Well, let me see, 2016. Yeah, 6 years ago, I was looking at this medical model. I had a friend that was a doctor at Natividad, and I was going to all the meetings, and we were trying to figure out what to do with the homeless people back then. And so at that time, the medical model was through if they have like they're homeless and they have some kind of condition, medical condition, through Medi-Cal, it paid to help get them into housing. So we need to look into that, and then Medi-Cal helped pay for their housing. So just like her housing got paid for the next 12 months, there's government funds that do that in San Jose. We need to bring it here, you know, because they told me that I can't get in housing up there at the Ellis. What is it? What is that? Ellis, Hamilton, Ellis. Martin Plaza, and Martin is the one that helped start that with Ellis, not Hamilton. Hamilton just kept going after Martin died. Martin is my first cousin, but I can't get in those apartments up there. They turned me down 2 months ago because my credit. I'm disabled on the fixed income, but they turned me down because of my credit. That's illegal. So why do I have to sue for everything? Why do I have to be tied up like he was saying to me earlier? We're tied up with suing and everything. So I have no place to go. But that's not my point. I came out of hiding for this very reason. You don't get to pick on my disabled son, and we don't have a place to go, you know. And I have kids, so that's why I stayed. And most mothers that I know that are out here have kids, and they'll send Child Protective Service so fast, but I fight. I send them to me, because I know the law. I know there's no crime in being poor, so send them my way. But I don't have time to be distracted with them. I have other issues to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But the cops in a minute will send Child Protective Service after you. And it's not okay. It's not okay. It's a crime. You know, that's a crime. That's kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be poor, you could be in a dirty home, you could be homeless, and they can't take your kids.
I hear what you're saying. Okay, let me get gloves. Will she need gloves too?
Yeah, get them. Yeah, you can get a pair for them.
Okay, I'll be back.
And there's one more kid you can get a pair, a 16-year-old.
Okay, I'll bring 3 then.
Okay.
This is the length and breadth of her services. She came out, she talked to you for half an hour, and she gave gloves.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, that's not a part of what they do. This is a part of what they added to what they do. Which is good.
Well,
but they're adding it.
it's a false absolution, because your impending doom is what they need to solve. This right here is what they need to solve.
They're making
but they ain't
a crime
gonna,
right
because the same people that paid them also paid other people to do this.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. You know, my family sleeps right up there in a car, you know, and we have to hide around when we sleep and move. She has to move around with the 3 kids in the car.
Yeah.
And the reason I didn't care much about Jerry Smith is I was homeless back when he was a mayor, and I was sleeping on the corner of you know.
Some beanies and some gloves.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Where you guys go and get the gloves from? Jason, you want some gloves?
Well, we
cute.
usually we place our Amazon orders. Like I said, we do our homeless outreach twice a month.
I'm gonna wear these gloves because I need them.
Yeah, definitely. So I know you're in contact
Nice
with
feature.
Derek, but let me provide you with my card.
Okay.
And I believe Derek is working with your son as well.
Yeah, my son told me they had an appointment today at 1, so I'm sure that's where he's at right now.
Yeah, so I believe Derek is with him right now. So I mean, we'll see what we're able to do. I know it's hard.
Well, like I said, they mess with my disabled son. He's grown, but he's disabled, and they mess with him. They mess with me, and we don't have a place. We were in the same predicament. You know, it's just been months, but we don't have a place. And Derek knows it's been months because I have been fighting and doing appeals and everything. And so you don't get the cops with a gun don't get to come out and handle these issues. They're already sensitive. We're already vulnerable. You know, you don't get to come out and intimidate us. You don't get to come out and criminalize us. You know, we already lack resources and the money that we need. You don't get to make poor people criminals because they don't have, and you have.
definitely. So like I said, I invite you for you to go to our homeless commission meeting. So it is going to be in January. So as soon as I find out the date, I'll look for you so I could confirm you when it is.
Here, let me give you my card.
Okay. Okay. So then I'll definitely give you a call. That way, hopefully, you're able to join us.